I guess to me, and it's always the case for most senior groups, is to watch them mature from when they come in as freshmen to seniors. And I think this group has really grown. They were rather immature as freshmen, and I've been amazed how far they've came in their level of maturity now that they're seniors.
I guess the hard work and the effort that they've put forward, not only this year, but coming up to this year and meeting their goals and expectations and graduating.
This is a class with a reputation, and they have kicked that reputation to the curb, and they are moving onward.
I think the play and the musical, my son was involved in that, and I enjoyed watching that, and I think that the kids did a really good job in those things.
Savannah Bell kind of characterizes I think the senior class as far as perseverance, hard work, dedication, and overall commitment to each other and their passions.
You know, I think overall as a class, they've just constantly strived to make Bureau Valley a better place. Over the last 4 years, I think they've really grown and matured a lot as a class, and it's just really great to see, you know, not just one specific triumph, but to just see them overcome many things throughout their 4 years and never really change their attitude about wanting to make this place great and really making a positive mark for the classes that are coming after them.
Well, speaking really on behalf of the seniors that I've worked with over the past 4 years and the ones that I've really got to know, really their biggest triumph, I think, is putting aside selfish reasons behind or selfish motivations. You know, a lot of times we have this desire to just do things that are good for ourselves. And so I've seen them put those aside and really look at what's good for the whole, what's good for the team. And for those seniors that I really get to work closely with, they've really come together as a team and worked hard as a team. And so I think that's their greatest triumph is moving forward in life and saying, you know, this is about the goodness of the whole group and not necessarily just what's best for myself. So I think that's their biggest triumph that they've come through.
This, without a doubt, winning sectionals at Masonic and taking the kids down to state. Chelsea and Harrison and Kate, it was just an awesome experience that I've been wanting to get to for a long time, and we finally made it.
I think the greatest triumph is the fact the kids that are left from the senior class have evolved into just a wonderful group of kids. And I could have never imagined they'd turn out the way they have. They work well with each other, and they are responsible, and I will actually miss them a lot next year.
Well, I don't think it's just a moment. I think just the thing about the senior class is, from the students that I've had, they're just all genuinely good kids. They have good things to say, and they just have good characteristics.
One of my favorite moments is seeing this year's seniors succeed in the greenhouse with their planting and their transplanting and the growth of their plants that they have produced from seedlings, and they're going to succeed with the plant sales and move forward with that.
Okay, my favorite moment just happened yesterday. Allie Jackson came in and overpaid a fine and told me to pay it forward to another student.
One of the neat things for me, and it's certainly not all seniors, but was to watch the seniors when they won the Masonic Bowl, which was just kind of cool, something that we don't oftentimes see here. I would say probably unexpected, because the Scholastic Bowl team had done okay, but really I don't think they thought they were going to get to go to state. And then to kind of have a pep rally in the gym for an academic instead of sports like we usually do, I thought that was really neat.
Again, it goes back to Scholastic Bowl. They brought a lot to the team this year, and I expected a lot out of them. We had a great season. As far as the entire senior class, it was a small class, It was the smallest numbers that we've ever had since I've been teaching, but they still, they all click together, they work together, and as far as experiences, they all get along, and that's unusual in big classes or small classes.
I think my favorite moment with this year's senior class has been just coaching them in volleyball and basketball throughout the last 4 years. Getting to coach them at different levels allowed me to see them change and grow, and it allowed us to build, many moments that and memories that were very special to me and hopefully for them also. Especially this year in basketball, I felt like the seniors really were passionate about what we were doing, and they just made it fun. They totally bought into everything and came along with me scouting on several trips, and it was just such a good time to bond, and also for the younger kids to see how much dedication and work that they put into something.
I think for me personally is the rolling out of the new technology and the excitement behind that, and how they've grown to incorporate that into their daily lives and into their educational experience.
I would also like to add that it's been a challenging year for me health-wise, and I would like to especially thank my substitute, Mrs. Abrams, and my NHS students for carrying on without me. They almost don't need a sponsor.
Having the ability to work with students closely over 4 years really is kind of a rare experience for a lot of teachers that don't get to see students for 4 years, get to see them develop from freshmen all the way through seniors. And I think the most memorable thing for me is just watching them succeed, watching their success over those 4 years, and taking something that they were maybe good at and turn it into something that they're great at. So most memorable thing is just watching them succeed at the things that they do.
Keep encouraging each other, stay in touch, focus on the good, and just always just get through the bad times. But just keep focusing on the good.
The future is in your hands. It's up to you to make the future. We've talked about it in all the classrooms. You know what you got to do. Now go get it done.
The best words of advice that I could give you, most encouragement, would be to just remember that life is fast. Things go by very quickly, and especially if you're going to college or whatever it is that you're doing after high school. For those that are going to college, you only get 4 years, and it looks like a long time right now. But my words of advice would be to get involved, stay involved, and remember that there's not necessarily always tomorrow to do something, and so do what you want to do and do it today, and don't wait.
I would say, a lot of them have really big dreams and hopes of the things that they'll do right now. It's kind of the time in your life where you get to sit back and choose your next path. And it's always encouraging to hear the things that they want to do, and I would just encourage them to keep going after that. Whatever is going to make them happy, now is the time to explore all of those options, and just don't give up on the things that are going to make you happy.
Don't be afraid to take chances and be willing to try new things. I think that's one of the hardest things, because you've been in a comfort level for 13 years. And one of the things I always tell my juniors and seniors, mostly juniors in class, put yourself out there. Be willing to do things, experience new things. The next 4 years, if you go into college, are going to be a wonderful experience if you choose them to be, and make the most of that.
I think you can have goals, but I think you should keep your mind open to new things that would come your way, and you don't have to feel like you're set in stone. You'll have many choices to make as an adult. You should always look for a job that is so wonderful that you don't feel like you've worked a day in your life.
Keep working hard, to keep moving forward, and to not let your past define your future.
Encouraging words are to not be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The only way that we learn and continue to learn in life is to make mistakes and learn from them. If we don't learn from them, well then we're not succeeding. But all of my successes have come from previous failures, and I've learned from it and continue to succeed.
Small but mighty. It's a small class, but they had the ability again to get things done in class, and they stuck together, and they really were one group for a small class. So small but mighty.
I think this senior class is characterized most by their hard work. I think kind of same with their triumphs. There's just been many moments over the last 4 years where they've had to work in order to accomplish something, and that's a lesson that everyone needs to hear. Sometimes things will come easy to you, but most of the time they won't, and so I think that needs to be a character for the rest of their life.
This senior class, I think one word to characterize the senior class is perseverance. There's been a lot of challenges that this class has overcome, and they have overcome them very well.
They are tenacious. They are hardworking. The 66 students that are left are extremely organized, and they collaborate well, and they genuinely care about individuals on the staff and each other.
Maturity. I just, like I said earlier, where they've went from freshmen to seniors, I think as a group they should be very proud of that and how they've developed as young men and women over the last 4 years. And that's always fun to see.
Determination and will. I think the senior class was very determined. I think they have a lot of will, and when they make their mind up to doing something, they follow through with it, and they're willing to put forth the effort needed to fulfill whatever goal or whatever desire that they have.